Greetings, Popples of Earth. You've reached Ayla Mooney's Waifu Weather, where we bring you private weather, what big weather doesn't want you to know. The real weather. Starting out with the West Coast today, we've got atmospheric river bringing in very heavy rain and scattered instances of flooding to the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies this weekend. Over in the Gulf Coast, we have showers and thunderstorms with locally heavy rainfall forecast along the entire Gulf Coast from Monterey around Houston, Galveston, all that good stuff, Louisiana, all the way down to Miami. I told Miami that I would mention them when it was relevant. You're probably going to see some of this rain here in Miami. The East Coast does look pretty clear. There might be some scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms, but overall no huge systems tracking across the East Coast right now. We do have this one remaining system up north of the Great Lakes that might bring in a little flutters of snow to some areas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois areas, but other than that, it's not a huge system, and all of the Arctic air that was present over the entire middle of the country and the U.S. South is going to taper off this weekend. We're going to moderate into some normal winter temperatures, not super duper cold winter temperatures. So everybody in the middle of the country and the U.S. South can look forward to some warming. McMurdo Station, Antarctica, there on the Ross Sea, is seeing summer weather. They are dealing with a 5 degrees Fahrenheit today. It looks like there is some fog on the camera, though it's hard to tell if that's localized or going to burn off. We're not seeing anything significant on the radar for you guys. Wind gusts in Antarctica today are 24 miles per hour with gusts up to 33 miles per hour. The wind is coming in an east-northeast direction, and that's delivering you a real field temperature of -26. So Antarctica, please don't die. And everybody else, if you think you're cold, just think of -26 down in Antarctica for the summer. Speaking of cold, Alaska is probably pretty freaking cold. I don't have direct temperatures for you, but I do know that we have an onshore flow which is expected to bring locally heavy precipitation through midweek. That's going to affect the panhandle. A much stronger storm is also expected to develop over the North Pacific and tracking south of the Aleutians through the end of the week, while eventually reaching the peninsula by next Saturday and weakening. This also increases the chance for moderate to heavy precipitation near the southern coastal areas. Meanwhile, an upper ridge axis is expected to extend from western Canada into the interior through most of the forecast period, with relatively mild conditions for the central and southern Alaska and continued cold north of the Brooks Range. Hawaii, looking clear. We've got light to locally moderate trade winds and mostly dry